Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the first ever YouTube video on off-field antics. This is insane. So, I got my two friends over here. We got Cameron.
Hi there.
We got Carstens, or Josh. We got Josh. So let me explain what this channel will be about. This channel will be mainly us talking about sports. It will be football content, watch-alongs. We're going to be discussing breaking news that will be happening across the season. We'll be discussing everything to do with sports. So whether that be rugby, Formula One, football, we just want to discuss everything because this is a beautiful time to do such a thing. And we want you guys to get involved. We want the community to get involved. We want you guys to interact with us and just to, have some fun on the YouTube channel because that's going to be sick. Yeah? Nice. So today's topic of discussion, we got the Premier League coming up. The Premier League starts on Friday, the first kickoff. Everyone's excited. I'm excited. Are you excited? You excited?
I'm really excited.
I'm very excited.
Probably somewhere across.
Somewhere across excited. Exactly. So, the first game tomorrow, we got Burnley and Man City. They're going to be kicking us off. Burnley, I have no idea what they're going to do this season. Man City, they're probably going to go and win the league. So that's why today, we're going to be discussing our Premier League predictions. Woo! We are so excited. I know I normally get this all correct because I'm insane when it comes to predictions. And my football knowledge is nuts. As you guys know, I'm crazy. So, yeah. Okay, you're going to do Premier League predictions, huh?
Yeah.
So where do you want to go? You want to go from bottom to top or top to bottom?
I think we should go bottom to top.
Bottom to top, that's the thing. So you, Cameron?
Yeah, let's go bottom to top.
20th place, the bottom three relegation spots. 20th, I went for Luton. And 19th, I went for Sheffield. At the end of the day, I see no difference between the two sides. I mean, they got promoted. Yes, they did well in the championship, but I honestly don't see them surviving. Yes, Luton's going to be quite a tough place to go to away. I feel like they can shock a few teams like the likes of Spurs, the likes of Arsenal. They might beat a couple of times. But I feel like they just won't have enough in their arsenal to make it out. And they'll unfortunately go back down. 18th is a bit of a shock. I went for Crystal Palace. Look, I understand Roy Hodgson, he's still there. I understand that they sacked Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira was bringing in all these young talents and they're playing this attractive style of football and I don't know why they sacked him. But Crystal Palace, I feel like they're going to go down. I don't feel like they signed anyone of note. They lost Louis Zaha. He went to Galatasaray. And Olise, I think, is going to go. I think he's going to go to Chelsea or Man City, which I feel like that will impact them a lot. In 17th, I got Everton. Everton have been flirting with relegation for the past 2 seasons. And that's crazy. And I feel like you can only flirt with relegation for so long before you eventually get the drop. But I feel like Sean Dyche is in now. And I feel like he has him sorted. Ashley Young now went to Everton.
So you genuinely rate Everton over Palace?
Yes. Between them two, any one of them can go down. But I honestly feel like Crystal Palace might be the ones that get the drop. So, yeah. So that's my prediction for the bottom 3. What's you guys?
Okay, so with me, one thing you gotta know is I don't watch soccer. The furthest I know with soccer is kicking a ball around on the field with my good friends over here, and that's about it. Somehow I got dragged into this, but I'm happy to be here. As it goes for the bottom, I'm gonna go with my guy's opinion right now. He's constantly on the soccer vibe, as we put it. When it comes to bottom teams, I'm not really versed in it whatsoever. Obviously, I hear about a few teams here and there. Crystal Palace being one of them, I do hear about them quite a lot, or have heard about them quite a lot. In all honesty, as of lately, don't hear a lot about them, so that's why I think I'd agree with my good friend Collins over here. Yeah, if you want my honest opinions on it, don't. Don't ask for it. You're not gonna get a very good prediction out of me.
Don't worry, he's our project, you know. I don't see any other YouTube channel, you know, with people trying to learn football. He's our project.
Yeah.
And he's going to be supporting, I don't know, probably, I think it's best for you to support Man City.
Yeah, whenever anyone...
Nah, he's a Spurs supporter, man. Come on.
Yeah, let's go with Spurs for now. And then,
Shame.
when anyone else asks me what team I support before, and I always say Glasgow Rangers, and that's family ties, but that's about it, and that's in the Scottish. So,
All right. Well, now that we got that out of the way. In all honesty, mine isn't very different, but I think Palace will finish lower than that top relegation zone. I think it'll be bottom Luton, Palace, and then Sheffield. Why I say Sheffield, they will still go down, but I've seen them traditionally, when they come up, they don't do too badly. You know what I mean? But like they come in, they do okay, and then unfortunately they get relegated again. It's sort of like a Bournemouth. You know when Bournemouth first came in, they had a bit of a run. So I think Sheffield will be on that same buzz, and then towards the end of the season they'll just fall off again. But then I've got Wolves just outside of that relegation zone.
And they just sacked the manager. Lopetegui's gone. They brought in the Bournemouth manager that was coaching him last season. Yeah, the Wolves don't look.
Yeah.
And they lost Raul Jimenez. He went to Fulham.
And I don't think the players that they do have, they also lost Neves.
Oh, he never went to Saudi. I forgot about that.
So that's their whole system gone.
I also read something yesterday where they were like, they're currently under financial struggle where they have to get rid of some players. So they need to balance the books a bit. And I feel like that can hurt them this season.
Passer.
So they might need to pull some levers in order to sign some players. I think Wolves just have enough to stay up, to be honest. So your bottom three are
Luton, Palace, Sheffield.
Palace. You did go for Palace.
I did go for Palace, but I went Palace one place down. I think they'll finish lower than Sheffield. I think Sheffield still have a fight with Wolves.
So you don't think Everton will be anywhere near the relegation?
They'll be near, but I think that the bottom, I would say bottom 6 is going to be a tightly contested space.
Look here, we're going to go to the mid-table clash. Honestly, no one really cares about this. And unless you're a big team and you're in this spot like you Chelsea of last season, which you guys were horrendous. Absolute bum cheeks. You guys were ass last season. And I hope you Chelsea fans realize that. Anyway, we got the mid-table. No one cares about this. Honestly, this can be throwing a dart at a piece of paper and just picking a team that can be there. I'm not going to hang around this topic for too long. So 17th, Everton, even though it's on mid-table. 16th, Wolves. 15th, Forest. Burnley in 14th. That's going to be the only promoted side which I think will stay up this season because I feel like Vincent Kompany is doing a great job at Burnley. Yeah, they're not playing that park the bus football, grind results out, short night football. Bournemouth, I got 13th. Bournemouth have enough firepower. They just signed Justin Kluivert from AS Roma. I feel like he will be very good for them. 12th, I got Fulham because I feel like Marcus Over has a great project there at the moment. They just signed Raul Jimenez. Willian might be going to Saudi Arabia even though he just signed a new contract with them about 2 weeks ago.
I still don't get that.
I don't know why he signed it, but now Fulham will get a nice fee for him, I guess.
So what's the story with Mitrovic?
Mitrovic, he really wants to go to Saudi. He hasn't moved yet. But beside Raul Jimenez, Jimenez is just sitting there. But I feel like Mitrovic really came out and he said, like, yeah, I want this move to Saudi. If you don't move me to Saudi, I will not play for this club, which is insane. These are the people that pay you, bruv.
So he's trying to force a move, basically.
Yeah, he's trying to force a move to Saudi Arabia because the Saudi man is calling. Finally, 11th, I got West Ham. They're going to sign Harry Maguire, who is apparently going to be their captain, which I think is crazy. But thank you for that as a United fan. I really do appreciate that. And they lost Declan Rice, you know, their captain. Declan Rice is no more at the club. They sold him for a hefty fee of like, £105. He's gone. So now they're going to spend the money on us, United. So thank you, Arsenal. It's very nice.
Just doing what we can, man.
And yeah, so that's my mid-table clash.
I don't know any of these teams. To be fully honest with you,
my ball knowledge is insane.
West Ham is like the only name that has stood out to me on this whole list.
So I'm a
because West Ham.
Up the Hammers. Harry Maguire.
As I said already, they don't. No one really cares about the mid-table clash, anyways. For me, someone who doesn't watch soccer, you only ever hear about the bottom and the top. That's about it.
Yeah.
Never the mid-table. So I can always say this from what has been said so far. I have no opinions.
Just on top of the relegation zone, I've got Wolves. Again, I've explained that. I think they'll be in a fight with Sheffield for relegation. And then we've got Burnley. There's no way, man. I just don't see them making it any higher than maybe even 15th. In 15th, I've got Everton. Everton's Everton. But I really care. 14, yeah, probably. 14, we've got Bournemouth. I don't think that they will have the same run that they did last season.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll surprise me as well. Fulham, I've got 13. Fulham. We'll see what happens. Forest in 12, because I think they're just one of those teams that...
They just mustn't sign any more players.
Yeah, because they... Oh, dude, they're signing bits, eh?
Signed Elanga from Manchester United. Thank you for the £15, by the way. And they're going to sign Dean Henderson. Please pay the £30 million. We want players. United need money.
11th, we've got Brentford.
Ivan Toney is going to be missing
Yeah, that's the thing.
because of his gambling addiction.
And exactly. And last season, again, they had a good opening round. So I don't know if we're going to see that again, especially with Tony missing.
Well, we could do 10th and 9th. Brentford, Brighton. Brentford's Brentford. Ivan Toney missing. You went for Brentford in 11th, 9th. I got Brighton. I feel like they'll drop off a bit because I feel like they're going to focus on Europa League a lot. They want Champions League football. Honestly, think they can win the Europa League. But the only problem is they have Liverpool in the Europa League, and it depends who goes down from the Champions League. I think De Zerbi's doing an amazing job at Brighton. Casido, I don't think he's going to leave. I think they priced him out of a move to Chelsea. They want, £100 million for him? Yeah, it's just a pity that United could have signed it for €4 million 3 years ago. And he's now going for £100 million, which is quite sad. So Brighton at 9th, I feel like they're going to focus on Europa League. I'm loving what I'm seeing at Brighton. And obviously they lost McAllister. McAllister's not there anymore. But I feel like they can get by. They have enough talent.
So I've got West Ham in 10. And then I've got Brighton in 9 as well. I just think the same with you. Like losing McAllister, I don't think that they will improve all that much.
Yeah.
But they've still got the Matomas and the Casados to stay up there to an extent.
James Milner's. I don't even think he was.
Dude, what's he going to be?
It's going to be the water boy.
The field manager. Come on, dude. Nah, man.
Well, they need depth for the Europa League, and he has European experience.
But like at his age, man, like when's the...
And there's Los Sanchez, the goalkeeper, but he never started for them.
Where did Sanchez go?
Chelsea.
Oh, snap.
So Kepa Arrizabalaga has some competition.
But where's Chelsea getting the space for these players? Dude, they have like 5 players in every position.
It's crazy. I think the average age in the squad is like 15. There's a bunch of kids running around and still in primary school.
Well, yeah, I've just got West Ham, Brighton, 10-9.
So now we got the European places, 8th to 5th. The reason why 8th is there, because 5th place, you can get Champions League football.
What?
I don't know who made up this rule, but if you have European or Champions League pedigree, such as if you won it before, or how you've done in the past in the Champions League, you can qualify for the Champions League and finish in 5th. Okay, let's say you're Brighton, you finish 5th. You can't get Champions League football, you get Europa League football. But if you are Manchester United, you finish 5th, you get Champions League football based on what you did in the past in the Champions League, which I think is really unfair.
So you don't need to be a Champions League winner. You just need to have done well in the Champions League.
Based on your past. So Aston Villa could even...
So how do they gauge that? What's the stopping point? Because there've been some bum teams in the Champions League.
Exactly. And the Champions League next season doesn't even look that great either. But that's going to be it. But anyway, 8th, I went for Spurs. I feel like this will be decent for Spurs, shall I say. You get Europa League football unless something happens with 5th place with the Champions League spots. I feel like Postecoglou, who is a new manager, I still struggle with his name, Postecoglou. And in pre-season, they were doing decent. They play a very attacking style of football. I feel like this will be a breath of fresh air considering their past 3 managers have been very defensive coaches. You got Jose Mourinho, Nuno, you got Antonio Conte, Amesiro Wiener. But he won nothing at Spurs, which is not unusual. Considering that Harry Kane might leave, because I saw today that it's reported that Bayern Munich have agreed a fee with Spurs to sign Harry Kane, and it's up to Harry Kane whether he wants the move or not. I don't think Harry Kane's going to leave. I feel like he's going to run up his contract.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Okay, so Spurs 8th, I feel like depends on Harry Kane. If Harry Kane stays, they will finish 8th. If he leaves, I feel like they might drop down a bit. Newcastle 7th, I feel like they'll drop off for the Champions League. Look, 7th is still brilliant, but I just feel like last season, I feel like they're way ahead of schedule when it comes to what they need to achieve. I don't feel like they have the squad to compete in the Champions League, or they don't have the squad depth to compete on both fronts, which is Premier League and Champions League, and you still got the cups. 6th, Aston Villa. I feel like Villa is going to be dark horses this season. They signed Diaby from Bayern Leverkusen. They signed Pau Torres from Villarreal. Unai Emery is doing an amazing job, because last season they were looking like they were going down, like at the beginning of the season. Unai Emery comes in and they qualify for the Conference League, which is nuts. Yeah, Villa's 6th. They're going to be the dark horses. And 5th, I went for Chelsea. This is going to be a big season for Chelsea. They got no European football. 5th, considering they finished, 12th last season? That's a massive jump. Yes. And I feel like that's a massive jump to where they were last season. No European football. Pochettino got them cooking in pre-season. Jackson as striker. Cole's not leaving. He's not going to Brighton. They're keeping him. They just signed Tyler Adams. Jackson playing striker. The only problem I have with Chelsea is that Nkunku is out until January. So he'll be out for a few months. I think they signed Nkunku last summer. For this summer.
Yeah.
Pre-season, from what I saw from him, he was class.
But dude, I think Jackson's going to do bitch at Chelsea, though.
He's insane. Bro, I watched him in pre-season. The guy's nuts.
He's got everything, man. He's so strong on the ball, bro.
Yeah.
So coming to the Prem with these big oaks.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how he fares, though.
But I feel like their star player this season will be Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, I don't know why he went to Chelsea. He should have stayed at Benfica and should have joined Manchester United, but he didn't do that.
Camo.
Sure. From the list that I've seen so far, look, yeah, I don't watch a lot of these clubs play. I used to watch Chelsea back in primary school. That was about it. Yeah, I think they weren't.
I hated them.
They weren't bad. They weren't bad at all. That's why to hear all this shit now being said about them is a bit of a surprise. But I mean, yeah, you're not going to be great forever, and it's just too bad. Spurs. I mean, I like Spurs. I would like to move them.
Everyone likes Spurs.
But they're quite high up compared to all the other clubs here that have been protected. When would you say that Chelsea would beat Spurs then?
Of course.
Even though all the shit that you just spoke about.
Bro, I said Pochettino will cook at Chelsea. He hasn't cooking.
Yeah, dude, Chelsea went through some things with...
Yeah, Frank Lampard, bro. Imagine hiring Frank Lampard.
No, you like I said.
Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard's the worst manager to ever step foot in the Premier League.
I think they just pushed him too early, man.
He's worse than De Boer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is clear. Please don't disrespect Ole like that ever again.
Did you get what is your first thought?
Oh, I'll just leave it at Chelsea for now.
My 8 and 7, I've actually got a bit of a conflict here because I think it could go either way between Villa and Spurs. So if Kane stays, I do think Spurs will finish above Villa. If not, I do think that Villa will have a good season regardless, even if they do finish 8. I'm gonna go with Villa to finish above Spurs, but I'm gonna say Villa's gonna finish 7, Spurs 8, and then in 6 I've got Newcastle because I don't think that the drop off will be that significant. I think they'll make some decent signings in the next window. And I think that'll be enough to get them through the Cups and through, maybe not through Champions League, but I think they'll be able to maintain the squad for the Prem. And then 5th I've got, this is also a tough one, because based on the players they brought in, I think Liverpool will finish in 5th. Also a toss-up between Liverpool and Chelsea. Dude, I think based on the McAllister signing alone, honestly, like I rate him so highly. I think he will cook at Liverpool.
Some people say he's a Messi of the midfield.
I don't know about that.
Now we go into the big boys. Top 4. You know, this is where you get your Champions League spots. This is how you actually qualify for the Champions League. 4th place, Liverpool. I hate you guys so much. Well done. You got Champions League football. Congratulations. No more Europa League football for you guys. 4th, I got Liverpool. I feel like they're going through a bit of a transition at the moment. They sold Jordan Henderson. Fabinho went. Fabinho and Jordan Henderson went to... And Firmino. 3 players went to Saudi. They lost quite a few players in the midfield, but they're going to bring in a few players as well. They're in for Lavia from Southampton. Liverpool, they signed McAllister. They signed Shubazlai as he's a Hungarian footballer, played for RB Leipzig. Darwin Núñez, I feel like will finally speed the season. I like Darwin Núñez a lot. 3rd, I got the mighty Manchester United. I feel like this will be a good season for Manchester United, the 3rd place. Eric Ten Hag got us cooking. Okay, we signed Andre Onana. I think he's just behind Alisson and Edison, but I feel like he can find his feet.
Don't get ahead of yourself just yet.
Please don't mention Ramsdale.
I'm not, dude. Nah, dude. I'm not. I don't think Ramsdale on that level, dude. I don't think he's on that level.
You guys signed David Raya to replace Aaron Ramsdale.
Ooh.
Last season, all Arsenal fans are like, Aaron Ramsdale, the flipping, he's like the go-to goalkeepers fan.
Hold up. Okay, listen, first of all, I'm not the delusional Arsenal fan that thought that we were going to win the league easy last season.
With the way they were acting, I thought he was like the next Peter Schmeichel.
No, fam. I don't think he's not up there. He's good, he's top quality, but he's not
overhyped. Jordan Pickford.
Jordan Pickford is ass, dude. Come on. But no, I don't think he's up there. But I don't think Onana can be compared to Edison and Alisson yet. I think if he proves it
in the Champions League final. He is the reason why they were in the fight with Man City.
Yes.
Did you watch that fight? He was nuts. He was pushing up. He's basically a defender.
I understand, but if you're looking at the the format of the competition versus coming into the Prem. I don't think it will be the same, but we will see.
We're going to sign Amrabat from Fiorentina, which I feel like we need that in the midfield since we're going to sell Fred, which I'm quite sad about because I like Fred a lot. Personally, I would sell Scott McTominay over Fred, to be honest.
I wouldn't sell Scott McTominay. I'd give him away for free.
Apparently, we rejected a £30 million bid for Scott McTominay by West Ham. I don't even think he's worth £30 million. I think he's worth like 10. Man United rejected it. They want £45 million. We have signed Rasmus Højlund. I don't like Sky Sports, what they did with Rasmus Højlund. They were comparing him to Erling Haaland for like 5 days.
Yeah, it's always going to happen.
Just because Denmark is near Norway and that they both have blonde hair doesn't mean they comparable.
That's like comparing South Africa to like Mozambique.
Erling Haaland is what, 23 years of age? Rasmus Højlund only just turned 20. There's a 3-year difference between the two. Erling Haaland, I'd argue, is established. He's, if not the best striker in the world, well, he's the best striker in the world at the moment.
And they came from different leagues as well, if you look at that alone.
Yeah.
Like the type of opposition they had to play against, the way that the leagues are structured, the type of football they play. There's levels, bro. It's completely different players.
We signed good players. We're going to sign more players. Mason Mount, I feel like it's a bit... I mean, it's not a bad signing. I feel like he would do all right. I just don't like the fact that he got the number 7 shirt.
I was going to say.
But I feel like Mason Mount will be good. I don't think he'll be world-class for United, but he won't be a flop. I feel like he'll just be a good, steady Eddie, decent player for Manchester United. So Manchester United 3rd, 2nd, I went for Arsenal. They need to finish 2nd. I don't feel like Arteta can afford to finish any lower than 2nd with the signings that they're making. Kai Havertz, not so bought on him. But I feel like Arteta can get the best out of him. Declan Rice, big money move. I feel like he's there. Mega signing, marquee signing. Jurien Timber.
Massive signing, guys. I'm sorry.
It's quite funny that last summer, Ten Hag wanted Jurien Timber. And you guys wanted Martinez. So we signed Martinez. They get Jurien Timber the summer after. But ultimately, we would have both got good deals. I feel like Timber will be a brilliant signing. He could play right back, centre back. It's good signings. Arsenal build upon last season. And then first place, Man City, of course. I know they lost a few players. Mahrez, Gundogan. I feel like Gundogan would be like the biggest loss because he practically won the FA Cup for you guys. Or David won the FA Cup for you guys because he was terrible. And then you guys brought in Vardio from RB Leipzig, brought in Kovacic from Chelsea.
Kovacic is a massive signing, I'm sorry.
Chelsea lost a lot of players, you know. Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Kovacic, Kante.
Kovacic has literally been like one of your best players.
But he was injured a lot last season.
But when he plays, he doesn't have like this fall off, man. Like, players get injured and they're like, they take some time. He is so consistent. Exactly. And you sell him to the best club in the country.
So Man City, I don't feel like they'll be as... Well, they weren't dominant last season. Arsenal were on top for 93% of the season. Then they bottled it. But I don't feel like they'll be as dominant this season. I feel like because they lost a few big name players more, and I feel like that can hurt them a bit. But ultimately, City are going to win the league anyway. But yeah, that's my top 4. Liverpool, United, Arsenal, City.
For the top 4, I guess you could say I agree. I mean, City has always been one of the teams that I hear about that's always on top. Their performance is never really disappointing.
Last season, they went on top until Arsenal bottled it.
I'm just telling you what I heard, man. I didn't do no fact checking.
Until Arsenal bottled it.
It's not a bad prediction. I'd agree with it. United, I don't know.
You do know. You do know.
I hear too much about United. Personal view in United, not great.
What?
Cheeks. Don't like United as much.
Back you, Cameron.
I got no United friends. You know that.
It's not that they're a bad team. For someone who's completely on the outside of watching soccer, like, they're just not as big as what some people make them out to be.
Big. We're the biggest club in the world. What do you mean we're not as big over there?
When you watch their plays, you expect for them to be like to win all the time.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
From how everyone else talks about it, especially their fans, as you can see.
Delusional.
Right to my left, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Just not what you expect from everything you heard. So overhyped.
Fact.
Arsenal also is this not the same as United. Look, okay. My sister.
Yeah, not the same. They're bloody worse. That's the difference.
Is that why you put them above your team?
Don't worry about it.
See, Arsenal. I've seen a bit more of their games. I mean, my sister supports Arsenal.
Your sister's a legend.
From what I've seen and from what I've heard from them, pretty hands-on team, pretty decent. Like, I could definitely see them placing in second. Definitely my own opinion from it. So I think Arsenal is definitely a good shout for second. City for first. I mean, from what I've seen and from what I've heard from City, they're looking like they could be a solid first running, man.
You think it'll be easy?
I don't know if I could say easy. The one thing I do love about sports, even though I don't watch a lot, anything can happen.
Alright, guys, mine is pretty simple. For Chelsea. Yeah, I think they will, based on the fact that they got rid of some dead weight, made some decent signings, and again, I'm raving about Jackson.
Yeah.
Because that's crazy. And then third, I've got United. Honestly, cheeks, but they've got some firepower. I'm not delusional like this guy, but I think they'll finish third. I think they will push Arsenal quite far, and I think Arsenal will finish second. But I don't know how close the gap will be between United, Arsenal, City.
I feel like it'll be close. I feel like United, Arsenal will be close, and then City will just push away at the end.
I think City will run away with it. That the top three, I think 4-5 are pretty solid.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Liverpool. But I think the top three will be determined by the next window and what happens with injuries. But yeah, I think United, Arsenal, City.
So, yeah. My camera died when we were busy recording the rest of the video, so we didn't get a chance to record the outro. So this is just me saying goodbye, our first ever YouTube video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, we're really excited to do this. There will be more things to come. We're going to do watch-alongs. More people will get involved. This is just getting the cobwebs off, just so we can upload our first ever video. We will improve in the future, believe that. And I just want to say, breaking news. Casido has rejected Liverpool. He wants to join Chelsea, which I think is ridiculous. Why you want to join Chelsea? But then again, it's Liverpool. But yeah, hope you guys stay safe. We look forward to seeing you in the next video for more breaking news. So if something breaks, you'll see us. Let us know down in the comments what's your Premier League predictions. Yeah, I think it'll be a very cool discussion to have. Check you guys, off-field antics. We all say goodbye. Cheers.